Hello, we are discussing about GATE 2001 ECE paper, and this question is related to analog circuits. Look at the circuit diagram given. That is a emitter follower amplifier. For this one you are going to calculate expression for Zi and expression for Z0. Zi is input impedance looking into base, Z0 is output impedance looking into emitter. And what will be the value of Zi and Z0 if there is a load capacitor is connected across RL? That also you have to calculate. So first step is you have to draw the AC equivalent circuit for this one. The rules for the AC equivalent circuit is nothing but if any coupling capacitors, that is CB, CC, CE, if they are present they will be act as short circuit. If any internal capacitances are present, that is junction capacitances, they will be act as open circuits. Fortunately, there is no capacitor present in the circuit, so we don't bother about the capacitors. And second assumption is nothing but constant voltages will act as short circuit, constant current sources will act as open circuit for the AC analysis. Constant is nothing but DC. So DC voltage will be shorted and DC currents will get open circuit for the AC analysis. So this is what VCC, which is constant voltage, and this is VE, which is also constant. So it will be acting as ground. They are shorted to ground. And now we are going to draw the AC equivalent model for this circuit. This is transistor symbol, and transistor symbol can be replaced with equivalent model to calculate small voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance. Okay, so to remove that one, there are three possibilities. Either you can use the H parameter model, R parameter model, or T model. H parameter model can be used only when if the H parameters are given. If they are not given, always it is better to use R parameter model. Okay. So now I am going with R parameter model. First I will draw the R parameter equivalent of this transistor symbol, which is circled. Then I will add other elements. So this is equivalent model. R parameter model equivalent. This is emitter and it is base. This is collector. This current source can be written as either beta IB or alpha IE or GMBBE, and this is R pi. So this is equivalent model for the transistor symbol, and base is connecting with RS. Base is connecting with RS towards VS, and it is connected to ground. Emitter is connecting with RL. So emitter is connecting with RL, that is connecting to ground. Next, collector is directly grounded. Collector is directly grounded. So this is equivalent circuit. AC equivalent circuit with values as RS, R pi, and this is RL, beta IB. This is AC small signal model for the given common emitter amplifier. Okay. Now second step is we are going to obtain the expression for the Zi. Zi is input impedance. Input impedance is impedance looking into input node, that is V input divided by I input. Input impedance is nothing but input voltage by input current. Input voltage is voltage from input node to ground. Base is input node, so voltage from base to ground is nothing but input voltage. Current flowing through input terminal is IN. IN can be simply it is equal to IB. Okay, and V input is nothing but voltage drop across R pi and voltage drop across RL. So you can write where V input is equal to voltage drop across R pi is current flowing through it is IB. So IB into R pi. Okay, IB into R pi plus voltage drop across RL. Voltage drop across RL is IB plus beta IB, that is 1 plus beta times of IB is the current flowing through RL, So this is voltage drop. So if you take IB common, so V input divided by IB, which is nothing but ZI. ZI is equal to V input divided by IB, which is equal to R pi plus 1 plus beta times of RL. This is expression for the ZI. Next we are going to calculate expression for the Z0. Okay. Expression for Z0. This is equivalent model. AC equivalent model. And now we are going to calculate Z0. Expression for Z0. Z0 is output impedance. Output impedance is nothing but this can be calculated by applying a test voltage source across output terminals, by removing the load resistance, and by that time no other voltage source should be present. Okay, so this is going to be calculated like this. Let us assume there is a test voltage source Vx is connected across output terminals by removing RL. So you can calculate like this. Vx is connected, and because of this Vx you will get some current flow Ix. So the ratio of Vx by Ix when no other voltage source is present, so Vs will be treated as 0. This is the way of calculating output impedance. Output impedance is output voltage by output current. Since output side we don't get any voltage, so we are going to apply a test voltage source. By that time no other voltage source should be present. Okay, now Vx by Ix with Vs is equal to 0, that will give Z0. This is third case. Vx is nothing but voltage from emitter to ground. Voltage from emitter to ground is nothing but voltage from this side also. You can go in this direction. So Vx can be written as current flowing through Rs and R pi, that is IB. Voltage drop across Rs, voltage drop across Ri, R pi is nothing but Vx. Vx is plus minus. You can also calculate Vx is voltage from emitter to ground. This emitter to ground you can go in this direction also. By that time voltage drop across R pi, voltage drop across Rs. Since Vs is 0, we don't consider this one. Okay, so current flowing through both the resistances is same, that is IB, Rs plus R pi. But we require Ix, so you must express IB in terms of Ix. IB can be written as, okay, IE divided by 1 plus beta, because we know emitter current is 1 plus beta times of IB, and IE is the emitter current that is flows in this direction, whereas Ix is flowing in opposite direction. IE is the current, it is coming in this direction, whereas Ix is the current, it is flowing in opposite direction. So IE can be written as minus Ix divided by 1 plus beta. So replace now IB with minus Ix by 1 plus beta. Vx is equal to minus Ix divided by 1 plus beta. Okay, this is also one more. This is minus IB into Rs plus R pi, because the actual current is coming opposite direction compared to Vx polarity. So this will become minus IB is nothing but plus Ix it will become into Rs plus R pi. So Z0 is equal to Vx divided by Ix with Vs is equal to 0, that is equal to Rs plus R pi divided by 1 plus beta. This is expression for Z0. And it is common emitter amplifier. Given is, it is also called as emitter follower, and the basic characteristics of emitter follower is whose voltage gain is going to be unity and Zi is very large, okay, and Z0 is very small. You can also get these characteristics from this expression. Rs plus R pi divided by 1 plus beta. 1 plus beta is very large, so output impedance is very small, and input impedance is R pi plus 1 plus beta times of RL, so that is very large, and voltage gain is approximately equal to 1. These are the basic characteristics of common common collector amplifier or emitter follower. Sorry, make this correction. It is common collector amplifier or emitter follower. Okay. Now we are going for the fourth case. If CL is connected across RL, that is, there is a capacitor is going to be connected across RL, then the equivalent circuit is going to be looks like this. Again, there is a resistor, there is a capacitor connecting across CL. Now this will be treated as, these two are going to be treated as ZL. ZL is RL parallel XCL. Okay. So for input impedance, ZI, input impedance is nothing but simply it is equal to R pi plus, instead of RL now you are writing it as ZL. So 1 plus beta times of ZL. You are going for the same analysis. ZL is RL in parallel with XCL, and Z0 is same as previous. Same, that is nothing but RS plus R pi divided by 1 plus beta. Why it is going to be same? Because if you want to calculate output impedance, you are removing the load. That is, you are removing the parallel combination of RLCL. Then it is going to be same as the previous case C. So that output impedance doesn't affect. Input impedance is affecting. That input impedance is R pi plus 1 plus beta times of ZL. Thank you.